What's up, everybody? You are now tuned in to StarCHaser Central, a podcast about Charles Hampton, music, moments, and everything in between. I'm Sig Braxton.
And I am Mike D. Jackson, aka Mr.
What?
I
So,
don't,
so I'll explain. I'll
okay.
explain. I want to say the comedian's name is like Nick Swartzen or something like that. It
hmm
was like on Comedy Central. I don't know what the joke was, but I just remember he was doing that. And I'm like, I don't like it, but it's catchy. Just a weird noise to make. So there we go.
Okay. That's you. How are you doing, man? How are you this week?
I'm good. I can't complain too much. I'm not sure if it's still the same on your side, but I know everyone's been talking and going crazy about we're supposed to be having snow coming up. And then someone today said, "Oh, I don't know if we're getting it anymore." So I'm happy about that. If we don't get it, cool. Because people was talking about, yo, we get like 12 inches, we're getting 18 inches, we're getting 15. And I'm
Yo.
like, hey, I'm getting 0 inches. I'm the I'm the one that's giving the inches. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
They also called me Mr. Fourth and Inches, but also that's neither here nor there. No, on a real note though, other than the snow, last weekend, everything was kind of cool, but some plans didn't really go through the way I wanted them to. You know what I mean? So I'm a little upset about that, but I'm all right. What about you?
Yeah, so we are still scheduled to have this winter snowstorm. And yes, I did see that. I've seen, like you said, 18 inches, I've seen 12 inches, pause. But yeah, I went to the store today to probably try to grab some stuff. And we did shopping this weekend anyway because it was a necessity. But I went in today to try to get some extra stuff, and it was everybody out there. I'm like, all right, dog, we don't have to do this. Why are we doing this again? We did this whole charade a couple of times. We don't have to do this. It's the end of the world type thing. And I don't understand why y'all are in here. You keep saying groceries are expensive. You shouldn't be in here, brokies. Anywho,
Yeah,
anywho,
that is true. Why are you in here and you have no money? You know what I
yeah,
mean? But apparently it's not about the money. It's about having the. Nope, not even go there. Nope,
nah,
this
nah.
is not this is not a political place. We're
Yeah,
going to shut up and podcast.
yeah, this isn't that type of podcast. But yeah, other than that, man, I'm fine. I'm fine. We are coming off of um Valentine's Day, the holiday in which,
I love the pause on that.
yeah.
All single awareness day or a weekend, whatever you want to call it. I
Oh,
guess.
people definitely are aware when they're single on Valentine's Day because the hate is crazy. Um, but yeah, it's the holiday in which, the world just gets more money for a day that apparently you're supposed to, you know, love your person more than any other day, which I've said I would even trade going 100% on this day if I can treat them however I want the next 364. That did not fly as well as I thought it would. And so yeah, it is a scam holiday. But that's not the point. We are here actually in case, Valentine's Day didn't go as well and maybe things took a dark turn for you or your partner or whatever. So we're here with a new playlist, Mike, that you it was your idea. So I want you to explain it.
All right, y'all. So we did this before around Valentine's Day where we said, hey, what are like, some songs by Charles Hampton that you could play that's going to get you and your significant other in the mood, the lovey-dovey songs, the songs that make it, make your heart skip a beat, you know what I mean? They just, make you really feel in love. And we had a great turnout for that. If you haven't seen that episode, go ahead and watch it. But also we have a playlist on there. So check out the playlist. We had some interesting requests last year. A lot of you guys were like, "Hey, this is the song that I think about when I listen to Charles Hamilton, and this is like the lovey-dovey song." And those songs were not lovey-dovey. Those are songs you more like you play when you're breaking up with someone you just got broken up with. Like those are like the sad songs. And it's like, man, so I had the idea, hey, how about we just do the reverse, where we pick some of those type of songs that, when you don't have the greatest Valentine's Day weekend or Valentine's Day,
Mhm.
maybe you got broken up with, maybe, you got cheated on, whatever the case is, So this is what we're doing today. I guess you can call it the CH breakup playlist, So, and the rules are basically any sad song or any song by Charles Hamilton that you would consider either a breakup song or a sad song that's at least relationship wise. Because there's a bunch of sad Charles Hamilton songs, but we have to have that like you have to have something to kind of space it out, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of sad Charles songs, but let's stick to like the relationship portion wise of songs being sad. So also the usual, no repeats. So if it's on one playlist, we can't put it on another. So y'all know that already.
I did have one question about that one, and
Okay.
the only question I had about that one was our top 50 list, in which it was kind of a hodgepodge. How do you feel about allowing someone those?
If we're going to allow, I'd say allow one, but it depends on what it is. Like
Fair.
if it's something where it was like a if it's like a super popular Charles Hamilton song, I'm like, nah, because
Hmm.
we could do better than that. But if it's
Yep.
something where like I'll give you an example, right? I think one song you picked on the top 50 was like I think the song's like a Crash 2 or something like that. Something like that. I'm like, nah, So but like I said, it just depends. We'll get to that because also the other conversation we had with names because with the love playlist we're
Yep.
like, oh, we're not using anyone with names and whatnot. And then we did talk about, hey, we might, we probably won't, but we'll see where that goes to. So
Hmm.
we'll see. Like I said, I got a bunch of songs, so I could be like, this doesn't work, I'll use this.
Yeah, I think I told you off mic. Off mic, get it? Off mic because your mic off mic. Um, that this was the most difficult one that I think that I've personally had to do. Just because, like I said, there are a lot of sad songs, and then when you listen to them, you're like, oh, it's not really relationship based. It's sad, but it's not based off of a relationship portion of the situation. So scouring through some of the ones that I actually like to listen to consistently was kind of like a slight struggle, but it's an exercise and the test of fortitude and getting the job done, man. So I am down to go if you are.
Yeah, I'm ready. It definitely was difficult for myself because, off camera, off pod, you were like, hey, we could, record a little earlier if you want to. And I'm like, I want to make sure I have like a little bit more time because
Hmm.
there's certain songs I had written down originally, and I'm like you said, this isn't really relationship wise.
Hmm.
Or it's some of the songs I had to chop off was more like infidelity, where like it's
Sure.
Charles like in a relationship and just cheating with someone else. And then it's more of him being like, well, I'm stuck because I love music, but I love these two women and I'm not letting go of either of them. And it's just like that's not really
Yeah.
breakup wise. It'd be more breakup wise if it was happening to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting cheated on, and I thought she loved me, but it's him like, oh man, woe is me. It's like you're kind of the villain in this situation, bro. I'm sorry. Like
Yeah.
peanut butter and jelly. Oh my God. Like you're did you have a conversation with peanut butter and jelly about this? No? Then you just put them together? That's it's wild. But I'm ready to go though. So it's going to be interesting to see what we pick.
All right. You start us off today.
Of course. I'm gonna start off with something like very easy where I'm like, there's no way, like this to set the tone. There's no way this could not be on it.
Sure.
It's going to be the cookout. Listen, if you've ever been at a cookout, you know what I mean, and somehow your ex turns up at the cookout, it won't be your cookout. It's like one of your friends' cookout. Then your ex is there. It's like, why you gotta be watching me while I'm doing my thing? You know what I mean? Like, see, nah, that's I'm kidding. I'm kidding. The
I'm gonna
cookout too.
I'm gonna start a counter. I'm gonna start a counter on the episodes. How many times is Mike missing the cookout? This is number one for this year.
That's fine. That's fine. The more playlists we do, I'll find a way to put the cookout in there. You know what I mean, or try to. But
Yeah.
anyway, um, that so the real song I wanted to pick first was easy one. I would say I think I don't know if it's on our love playlist or just the essentials, but you know how we had in case it actually works out.
Yep.
I decided, what about in case it doesn't work out from Awkward One?
Hmm.
Because literally that's like we said, that's kind of like the canon ending from that project. And it's like,
Right.
hey, imagine Charles finally going up to Rihanna, or you going up to your significant other, your crush, and then they're just like, oh no, ugh. That that's the song. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely playing this. If I got turned down on Valentine's Day,
Hmm.
I'm playing that.
I'm not mad at that one. You know what's crazy? I didn't even think about that one. I was on that project and pick something else, but obviously I'd rather do that one than the other one.
If you don't mind me asking, which one was that
I didn't
you?
Match.com.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah. Cause I felt like that one was another where he basically in there who says, "You're not even my girlfriend." Like, damn. Like I get all the I get all the perks of being a girlfriend or whatever, but you're not really my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? But I like this one better. I like this one as a choice much better.
Yeah, I do like Match.com, obviously, but it's one of those things where I see that as being like the him staying in the safe zone of being like, I'm not gonna ask her out yet. And I'll be honest,
Yeah.
I've done that a handful of times in life where I'm like, yo, I don't even want to fuck this up, so I'm not even gonna say nothing. I don't want to ruin it. I'd rather stay in purgatory than do it because if I do it, it's probably gonna end up like, in case it doesn't work out,
Right.
and then yo, that I, I know y'all heard the vocals, you know what I mean? But
Right, yeah.
seriously, no, but seriously, I'm like that. I feel like that sample like encapsulates like how like your heartbreaking. Was it on The Simpsons? Or I think it was Ralphie that tried to like ask Lisa out, whatever, and then she's like,
Mm.
no, and then it said, you can see right here is when his heart. It was like, yeah, right there. It's like, damn.
Tough. Um, I will follow up with yours with another one I think is very obvious that we should just add on there. Farewell.
There we go. That
Because
was
I think
actually
that's one of the ones that people put on there. Like, yeah, I think this is. I was like, bro, the song is called Farewell. Are you always
yeah,
breaking up with chicks? That's crazy.
yeah. Literally, I had that on my list, and that was technically, I think that was the one that really started this idea from
Yeah.
last year, where we were like, because there's some songs where it's just like, nah, I don't know about that one, and
Yeah.
then this one was just like, it's a good song, great
Yeah.
song, but no. Literally it's him starting off saying, I have to break up with you. We can't be together anymore. And it's like, I think we made the joke on the episode. We're like, that's what you're playing for your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Like, hey, I want you to listen to the Charles Hampton song called Farewell. Okay, I have to break up with you. What, babe? No, it's just no. That's not what I mean. Like,
No,
all right.
listen to the hook. Okay.
And then he's talking about walking away, and I'm so proud of me.
Yo.
What? You were digging yourself in the hole, man. Like, jeez.
Uh, but it's a beautiful piece of music, man. I think it's one of those ones where, this is kind of that one where it's like you're kind of leaving like a toxic. I see somebody leaving that as like a toxic one. You're just proud that you're finally able to step away from that relationship. Um, but no matter what, especially if you had feelings for that person, it's still gonna hurt. So it has the inspiration or positive reaffirmation for you. It's still a beautiful piece of music, so you can feel those emotions, and it's not as harsh as some other breakup songs. So I thought this was, like I said, it's a pretty obvious one that we can just knock out.
Yeah, easily. And like you said, it's one of those things where, of course, someone could be like, that doesn't sound as sad, but it's like all relationships end are sad. You're still
Yeah,
sad about it, but you know that this is not for you.
yeah,
So definitely, like it has that bittersweet feeling about it. So yeah,
yeah,
definitely. I'm glad that you agree with that one. So
yep.
all right. So the next one. All right. I feel like this would be one that I could see us putting on here because do you remember Leave from Broken Pink Lava Lamp?
Now she's gone. Now I'm sitting here drunk playing Al Green songs. But I ain't know how to make a stay. Take away the pain I made evident to this angel that I thought was heaven sent. She ain't believe me when I said the bull was through. I guess this next bond pulls for you. So if you should leave, then don't stand there. Don't make me that you would never with my heart on my sleeve.
Yeah, I heard it today, and literally it's him talking about leave. You know, she's trying to leave, you and me. Why are you trying to leave? You know, that's like him being like,
Hmm.
yo, I'm trying to make this work. I'm trying to figure this out. And then
Yeah.
wants to leave. And it's just like, damn, hanging
Hmm.
around. She don't want to hang around no more. It sucks, man. It sucks when that happens. The song doesn't. The song's great, by the way.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. She's out of there though. Yeah, I'm not mad at that one. I'm not mad. I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna take a lot for me to be like, yeah, we can't do that one. But it's like, because again, this is a very difficult exercise to me, man. Like, how far did you go into discography today? Because I was trying to go through a lot. Now I did skip some because of obvious reasons, but there are other ones where it was like this one has to have one on there, and I would go through it. And I'm like, nothing really jumped out at me. How often were you singing that?
A bit. So I started from, you know, early projects to like,
Mm-hmm.
I'll say I stopped around 2017-ish,
Mm-hmm.
you know, 'cause I know after that point, like, with us, there might be some songs I know that you don't, and vice versa. Then we get
Mm-hmm.
to the point of like, hey, man, I don't know that song, so I might not be able to put it on there, you know. So I,
Yeah.
you know, tries to stick in that realm of stuff that I know that we both know, but also, like you said, there's certain projects where I'm like, example, Death of the Mixtape Rapper, not gonna have any breakup songs on there. So I'm like, so certain projects like that, I'm like, I'm just skipping that one because I know it's not gonna have anything. But
Yeah.
there were some projects where I'm like, okay, this should have something. And like I said, some of them were just more like sad songs. Maybe it's more
Mm-hmm.
talk dealing with his depression. Maybe him dealing more with fan backlash or something like that. And,
Yeah.
or just, you know, like mental health stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
that's not really a relationship thing. I even gave him the grace of, let's say, if Charles had a song where it's like, oh, the music's not loving me back like I love the music or whatever. I could be like, hey,
Sure.
the music is a muse, so that's the relationship with music and Charles. But like, but if it didn't fall into that category, yeah, I was just like, ah. So it happened. It did happen a good amount of times where I'm like, damn, like I definitely wanted to use this song, and then I'm like, man, it's not really relationship, but I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to bend the rules on some of them. So it happened for me too, definitely.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, we got leave on here. I would say that's kind of it's a little undergroundish, but I feel feels like one like it's an obvious choice. So I'm gonna go another obvious choice. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna try to get rid of all of those. That's you're the captain in this one. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like we should put the honeymoon is over.
That's on my list. That's definitely on my list.
Yeah, that was I think that's another one that's real obvious. Like, did someone put that on there too? I think last year maybe.
They might have.
The man
And I'm
suggested like a Twitter post or something. And I'm just like, dog, are you reading the title of these songs? Like,
I think I feel like we made it really clear, like when we made the Twitter post, like or YouTube, it's what are lovey-dovey songs, the songs that you know get. And I said get you in the mood, the songs that get you in the mood. What
yeah,
type of mood are y'all into?
to
Like,
break up with a girl.
I guess that's what it was, and also like we said before, there's some people that they don't celebrate Valentine's Day. They're like, fuck Valentine's Day. I hate that shit. You know, I had this woman at my job on for Friday. She was like, I'm sick of Valentine's Day. I'm done with it. Da 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 whatever. And like no hate on her. She's like 48, 49,
Mm,
whatever. And I remember one time at work, she was like, oh, I'm tired of being in the streets. It's like, sure, you shouldn't even be in these streets at 40 something. I'm sorry.
that's crazy. Just like don't say the streets. Just like I'm tired of being at home. Say that, but don't say like yo, I'm tired of being in these streets. You shouldn't be there, man.
Why are you in the streets? Why are you why did the chicken cross the road? And why is the chicken out of the road and you're still in the road?
That's not good, man. That's not a good look. Honeymoon's Over just it's a great song. Like I said, we talked about that beat and that and those verses are very powerful verses or whatever. So powerful that the hook wasn't even needed on that one. It really got the point across regardless. Because it was kind of that struggle of, you know, this feels over, but I'm still fighting. Like would like to fight for us again, but I know this is a wrap. So, you know, I know he says in the song, this is the realest, what is it, the realest love song I've ever written, or the realest song I've ever written.
Yeah,
And love is just because you said it doesn't mean that it's actual love. Well, it is love, but love sometimes ends. So, and I think that's kind of really what he was driving home here. So, yeah, I think it's another easy choice.
definitely. Keep telling me it's going to get better, and then you don't really know if it does. Like you
Yeah.
hope that it does, you know. Like they're going to that point, but we all know we've seen
Hmm.
relationships where it's like, oh, what's going to get better, babe? Da, 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 da. Me and you
Hmm.
against the world, and y'all are like wheels have
Yeah.
already fell off. And it's like, yeah, y'all are just waiting to crash at this point, you know.
Yeah.
So
Everybody
good
else
luck
can
with that.
see it, but you.
Yeah, it's like the best you could have is a safe crash landing, you know. But
Yeah.
other than that, you're crashing. You're definitely crashing.
Yeah.
But let's hope you don't burn, you know. So,
Facts. Well, if you're burning, that might have been a reason for the end of the relationship.
yeah. Talk to Usher about that, not us. So I'm just saying.
That's a double entendre. Don't even ask me how.
Technically, it could be a triple entendre because you know what? No, let me stop. Let me stop.
Yeah.
Um, all right. So this one, I'm I'm interested in what you're thinking, right? Because I was
Okay.
like, I feel like it's kind of similar to The Honeymoon's Over
Okay.
because it's like it's a trouble in the relationship.
Hmm.
You're hoping that it gets better, but you don't actually know how it ends. That's what you're trying to work on. I went to the Pink Lava Lamp. Come back to you. How do you feel about that?
Yo, so here's the thing, right? That was the first tape I went to, and I was like, wait, are these like breakup songs or like, you know what I'm saying? That one and I'll Be Around. I'll Be Around was more about just a overall theme. But Come Back to You, I was like, that sounds like it should be, right?
Right.
Because it sounds like I'm leaving, but at the end of the day, I'll always come back to you. So I anticipate that I am going to return, but right now it's over. Right? That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, and this is why I said the Pink Lava Lamp because you know when we did the which project was the
Oh, the other one that has it like that.
that's come back
Um,
the other come back to you from
I was from the Desco.
yeah, the Duska.
Yeah.
But at least that one's that one's different because it's like, oh, you know, you do this and do that, but I always come back to you. It's like, yeah, you know, it's like
Yeah, I didn't like that
he's
one.
still, yeah, it's like he's still like delusional about it. It's like, you know, but you know, I always come back to you. This one is like, you know, I gotta come back to you. Come back. It's like he's
Hmm.
got to, but it's like kind of like he's kind of starting to realize, hey, this is not really where it's supposed to be. And I know he
Yeah.
says, I work on you, you work on me, you know, let's stick together, you know, let's work it out. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But I feel like it's more like, so at the same time, we could put it to the side and then we can come to some other songs if you want to do that too.
Let's add it, and then if if we get to the end and we're starting to fill the list and we want to replace it, we'll do that.
Okay, that
Let's,
works.
yeah, let's do that. Speaking of from the desk up though,
Oh, real quick, real quick,
go
real
ahead.
quick. Let me say, because also another way that you could spin it for this song, "Come Back to You" from the Pink Lava Lamp, because it's technically a sad song because you think that you're still able to make this work, and like you said, we can see it. Everyone else can see it. You can't.
Hmm.
That's the sad part about it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful song, but it's just like, man, because you remember when your first heartbreaks in a relationship, you're like, I can make this work. I can make this work, and then everyone's just like, you'll
Bro,
learn,
it's
man.
over. Yeah, it's over.
It's over. It's over. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Like you said with the desk up.
Yeah. I got the damage is done.
You know what's crazy? I didn't even put that on my list, but add that on there. You
Yeah.
you know how I feel about that song.
Yeah, no,
You
I remember I was like, he loves that song, I think. Yeah. But
know,
yeah, it's a very straightforward, hey, it's a wrap. We're done here, especially with the voicemail before. And then he just dives right into the song. Like he doesn't waste no time and just gets into it. So I thought that one was an easier find than some of the other ones.
oh, definitely. And it's the fact where she just said, she starts off the voicemail, hey, you know, breaking up with you. You know what I mean? He said, you know what? Drop that beat. Where I think this is like more of the lighter side of it where
Hmm.
oh, you know that one meme where someone gets some bad news and they have like a mask on their face and the face is like, but really
Yeah.
they're like, And
Dying
that's like
inside. Yeah.
that's like this is a song you could play where it's just like, hey, you know what? Fuck it, I got broken up with. Who
Mhm.
cares? La 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 la. You're probably really inside like pissed the fuck off. You know what I mean? You're about to go cry
Yeah.
in the car. But until that happens, like while you're out in public, you're like, you had it and you blew. Oh, your fault. You're lost. Oh well. But
Yeah.
seriously, you're like, oh my God, I hate my life right now. So I
Yeah.
like that. I'm
Yeah.
glad you picked that, and I'm surprised I didn't. Damn.
Yeah. Once them lights go off and you start laying down, you start having the time to think, oh, it's over. Those tears are about to flow like a motherfucker. Uh
Sad day. Sad
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Um, so how many are we at right now? I was like, what that
We are
six?
we are currently at six. We have in case it doesn't work out, farewell, leave, the honeymoon's over, come back to you, the damage is done.
Okay, all right. So we're
So
close to
far, I like what we have.
yeah, same here. By the way, so we're basically at the like halfway point, whatever. I think we said 14. We're doing
Yeah.
14. So by the way, I'm gonna say this right now. So for any Star Chasers, anybody watching this, if there's some songs that you feel that we missed, please let us know because I'd be interested to see what you guys think. I'll
Mhm.
make sure I say it again later on in the episode, but I find it funny that let's say when they're like, "Hey, man, you guys should have put this on there," and then they get some like happy-go-lucky song that's like relationship-wise, and it's just like that should have been for the last playlist, man. Like, so who knows? So, but I think Star Chaser would do a lot better job because I think a
Mhm.
lot of us have had some chronic sadness in life, so we can maybe relate more to this playlist than the lovey-dovey one. But anyway, um. I want to use this song because I feel like it tags along pretty well with what the last song was, Damage is Done.
Okay.
So, hey, you get broken up with, hey, it's your loss, whatever, cool, cool. Lose My Number from Staff Development 2.
Okay. Okay.
So with that song, it's like, all right, you already had your time to cry and all that. She tried to call you. Nah, bitch, fuck you. Lose my number. Don't call here no more.
That no, that's one. That's a classic. That's a do girls say that more? Or do dudes say that more? I feel like that's definitely a girl thing more.
What, lose my number?
Yeah,
I don't even, to be honest, we might be showing our age because I don't even know if women even say that anymore. Because, like, number one, some people like don't give their number out; they just do like social media.
that's
So, like,
right.
so
My
some people
IG
do.
block you on IG. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're not even going to hear no lose my number. Like, you might just be like, you just wake up and then like, yo, where is short? Damn, I got blocked. Yeah.
yeah.
Unless y'all got in an argument, you know what I mean? Unless you got in an argument, it's like fuck you, I hate you, and then she might say something slick and then block you. Women love doing that. Like getting the last word in, then poop, then you can't say nothing back. It's like,
That would.
and I'm spiteful. Listen, I'm spiteful. Like we might make up like a year later, and then it's like, oh, that's cool. And then you get unblocked, and I'm like, nah, bitch, I ain't forget. Fuck you. And then I I continue the blockage, the blockage part two, electric
The
boogaloo.
block is part two. Electric Boogaloo. Oh, that's funny. That's a good one. That's a solid one. We still haven't reviewed Staff Development 2, have we?
Nah, we haven't. I'm interested in doing that one because I don't want to spoil anything, but just one of those things where like I liked how the first staff development went, because a lot of
Hmm.
people were ready for that one. And
Yep.
I want to say I'm not sure how many views it was at when we reviewed it, but I do remember like the views shot up for that one like crazy. And,
Yeah.
like that episode, and then once we finally got Charles on the podcast, those two
Hmm.
episodes like instantly like went like up.
Yeah.
People were hyped for those.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that would be a good one to do at some point in the near future for sure. Uh, I'm trying to think. Do I want to do one with kind of a stretch and a reach, or do I want to go with another probably easy choice? I'm gonna go easy choice. 'Cause the ones I have, I don't think you'll have on there, so it'll still make sense. I have Maybelline on here.
What's crazy? I had Maybelline. I don't know if I still have it on here. I had Maybelline on mine,
Hmm.
and then I got rid of it. And then I was like, I don't know. I was like, I'll talk about it with you. So I think, yeah, let's put that on there.
Okay.
Let's put that on there. Because
I,
like I think will be when I heard him saying, talking about himself in the mirror and
hmm
all that, I'm like, man, this is really like a love song and whatnot. And this is one where I'd say, you know what, I would say this one. So I definitely wanted to use this earlier, and I'm like, I don't know. I was like, let me do some other songs first, and I was like, if you say something, cool, but if not, I might not bring it up. So yeah, I'll go with that.
It was just one of the one. It was the one that had the most. There's angst there. Like all the other ones were. A lot of them were just like I'm in love and it's this weird situation. There's another one where it's like that it's I don't know. This one just had the most uh breakup-y feel. And then like some of the lyrics and the hook is kind of haunting a little bit. Plus you get that very aggressive voicemail at the end. So it does seem like there was just some issues there. So I felt like that fit. I wasn't super confident about it, but I felt like it's weird not having an L word song on here.
Definitely. And I know that we talked about it because, like I said, like when I looked at L Word 2 and L Word 3,
Hmm.
I know on the love playlist we had like the fantasy joint, and that's
Ooh,
that was a good one. But then all the other songs were like with names and whatnot, and then it's more like I think there might have been something on L Word 2 I was thinking about. Oh, you know what? Because on L Word 2, I would have did the Some Ladies Blog because that one's not really a breakup. That's more of like Charles had a fling with this girl, but he had
hmm.
another girl on the side, and
Yep.
he wasn't really honest with homegirl. So it's more like it is technically breaking up, but it's more like you got caught like cheating. So it's
Yeah.
more like not really breaking up. It's like you just should have been honest, you know. So that's I was like, damn, I would have loved to put that on there, but it's like, nah, it's not really doesn't really fit on there. And then L Word 3 is like a bunch of, Charles explaining, hey, this relationship didn't work out because of this. And it's usually because I was cheating with so
Uh-huh.
and so and with
Yeah.
this other girl.
Who's
So
probably also on the tape as well. So yeah. Yeah.
I
This
would like what was it? Every Charles Hamilton's ex-girlfriend. Like,
hmm.
hey, I was with this girl and this didn't work out because the girl in verse two. And then verse two didn't work out because the girl from verse one and three. And then
Verse
yeah.
three reminded me of verse one, well, verse one and verse two. It's like, bro,
But don't forget that this is only track two. In track four, I'm going to explain in further detail this other girl that came through that's going to make track two sound just as exquisite. But then track seven is it's like, bruh.
yeah, it's like, bro, listen. The tangle web we weave, bro. You gotta relax.
Yeah, it'd be like that though.
I have a
So
question. I have a question.
right,
Do you
right.
have one? Because I've one song that includes a name. So if you have one on the table, I'm willing to listen.
Okay. I have two actually.
Okay.
Um, so the one that I'll say first, because I'm like, you know what, this definitely sounds like the way I'll set up the picture. So it sounds like y'all might have broke up like right before Valentine's Day, and you know you're probably not getting back, and then Valentine's Day happens, and then you're just like you're roaming around like, man, it didn't work out. I messed up, or we argued, whatever the case is. Like
Hmm.
I want my girl back, or I want my significant other back. You know, so the song I had on here was "Only Christina Knows" from
Well, you
Hamilton.
took mine. That's the one. There it is. That's the one.
All
I like
right.
that one. Good choice. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Because that one, I was like, man, I know we talked about it before. Where I'm like, let me see if there's an example, and I'm like, yeah, I'll let you know. But in that one, I'm like, if I had
It's
to do an exception for that, I'm like, bro, I'll let that one be it. So,
it's that's undeniable. As soon as I listened to it, because I was like that, it was at the midpoint where I was like, where are the songs at? And I was like, let me go listen to this because I think that's the one. And I listened to that, like, bro, this is exactly what it is. This is a song about like breaking up with your girl, knowing you probably not getting back together, and you miss her so bad. So yeah, this is I think this is a no brainer, honestly. So good choice.
and, and not only that, at the one part, I think in the second verse, or whatever, he say, yo, I'm not trying to go to the fucking club either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's usually what happens. Get out of a relationship. All right, I'm gonna go out to the bar. I'm gonna go out here.
Yep.
That's what I was doing before. We got together, and then I'm gonna just go back to, my ways. And then it just happens where you just wake up and you're like, bro, this shit not even fun no more.
Mhm.
Fuck the club. I'm going home. I'm going home early. You know what I mean? I want my girl back, and she don't want to talk to me. I'm just going to sit at home because this ain't my scene. This used to
Mhm.
be my scene. I'm not doing that no more. Crazy thing is, dead ass, Friday, um, one of my friends, I guess he just broke up with his girl, or whatever the case is. haven't seen them in months. I think they were talking about getting a place together and all that type of stuff.
Ooh.
I think they broke up because he just randomly showed up at the bar. And I seen him. I'm like, yo, and he had some messaging on like on his story that was just like, yo, man, like going off the deep end. And I'm like, and I told him like,
Hmm.
hey, man, I hope everything's well and everything. Just keep your head up and all that, whatever. He's like, yo, I appreciate that, thank you. And then maybe like 30 minutes later, I seen him downstairs at the bar, like not even really vibing with nobody. He was just drinking and talking with people. And then I think I
Hmm.
had to leave early, and I'm like, this is literally like only Christina knows. I'm like,
Hmm.
bro, this is literally what he's going through. I'm like, damn. So
Yeah.
I literally seen that in real life just a couple days ago. So
Yeah. And that, yeah, the biggest part of that song that is like that really hits the point is like the end where he's like, she's feeling me. I don't give a fuck. Like there's a girl right there that's probably giving you motion, giving you traction, but I don't care because all I want is my old girl back. So yeah, I think that's like I said, it's a perfect one to choose. What was the other name song that you had?
so the other one, we talked about this before. Naomi Like from Happy Ninth Birthday. Because
Hmm.
obviously he says her name, but literally starts off like, why'd you break up with me? Like he literally says, why'd you break up with me?
Yeah.
And I told you that was the she's one of the star chasers from back in the day
Hmm.
that became Facebook, official and all that. And then, I guess things didn't work out. And then Charles felt like he had to say something about it. So that was my other one.
Okay. Uh, do you want to add it?
Oh yeah, let's add it.
All right.
After that, I don't have any other like names.
Before we continue, I did as I was before I logged on with you, I did try something interesting just to see what results will come up.
But
I went to Chat GPT and I went to Chat GPT and I asked Chat GPT, hey, give me a list of breakup songs by Charles Hamilton. Would you like to hear the results that they provided?
oh yes, first of all, I've never used Chat GPT. I know what it is, but like
Hmm.
I've seen videos on it, but I've never actually used it myself. And the videos I've seen have been very comical. So I want to know what Chat GPT said.
There's so many layers to this hilarious situation. All right, so first it does a little breakdown. Charles Hamilton has explored themes of love and heartbreak in several of his songs. Here are some notable tracks that delve into the complexities of relationships. The first one they choose is just the L word altogether. Just the L word. Eh, solid. Match.com was a choice. Okay. Uh, All Alone was one, where they say the track reflects on feelings of loneliness and the aftermath of a breakup.
I mean, I didn't know if it really does that. It does the all alone stuff, but relationship wise, I don't know about that. But
Could you play it afterwards? Sure. I don't think that was the intent of the song.
right.
Um, Voices, a song that touches on the internal struggles and the impact of past relationships.
Okay.
Uh, Heartbreak Me, a collaboration with Shalik. This track delves into the pain and reflection following a breakup. I did see that one. I believe that one was on. Was that
I think that's
on Steph?
Stack Moment too.
Hmm. So I was like, okay, that's not. That was a nice little deep cut they put on there. I'm not gonna say this one because this is one I'm actually gonna bring up in a minute. Um, I believe Simone was one. I think that might have been from Every Charles Hamilton. I think that's the
So
one they're talking about.
it depends because there is that one from every Charles Hampson ex-girlfriend
But then
ever.
there's the
Uh,
other one.
but then there's like seven Simone songs. There's a
Facts.
did you know there's an L word Simone?
Like
I
the
think it's
actual, it's L word and it's about Simone. Yes,
Simone. Yeah, it's like the L word Simone. And
I
then
looked it
like
up.
I think I want to say I could be wrong. I think one I don't know if it's L Word 3. Yeah, I think it's L Word 3. There's a song about Simone, but then there's like songs with the name Simone in it where it could be
Hmm.
like feelings about Simone or blah 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 Simone or whatever. And mm, I actually have one. I lied. I actually do have a song that actually does have Simone in it, but it's not
Hmm.
just Simone. But I'll
Got
explain
it.
it later.
Okay. Um, they have a Crash 2 on here, which was also on my list, but obviously we think it's a little bit too popular. Um, they have Writing in the Sky on here. And like, absolutely not. That's
No.
no.
Great song. I
Um,
love that song.
Amazing song. And then they
Bonus.
started doing
Don't forget because it's right in the sky. Bonus.
bonus. Sorry. They have Mistress on here. I was like, No, he's just talking about having a girl on the side. So no. And then a lot of Pink Love Love songs. Now, what's funny about this is that they have to look for information to determine their output. Do you want to know what some of their sources were? There's Wikipedia,
Okay.
there's YouTube, and then they go to this website called tallanimetalk.wordpress.com.
I don't think I ever heard of that last one.
Hmm.
Would you like to explain that one? It said tall something. I mean, I
Yeah,
know you're considered stick the tall guy, right? I don't
that
know if
is.
there's a correlation between the two, maybe like if that's a blog post type of deal or
Yeah, they're pulling straight from my old blog. That's the funny part. That's literally my blog.
so at 7:47 p.m.
Hmm.
they pulled from your blog from you at
Yes,
7:47 p.m.
correct.
It was actually 6:47 p.m. You know you
Uh-oh.
fucked up.
You know you fucked up, right?
You know, you know you fucked up, right?
That was just funny. I thought that was funny that they did that. But they did have one on here that I was like, okay, I saw it too, and I was like, if they think so, why not? Um, I have breakups from Attempt at Swag.
Crazy because I did look at attempt at swag like really like briefly, and then I think with me I was like, let me search some other ones before I really, and I never really went back to it. So yeah, let's do it. Let's do breakups.
Yeah, not my most favorite song, but listen, it's there. It's kind of in the name. It's kind of letting you know what time it is. So I didn't have a problem with it.
I got you. No, I get you. I get you. Um, Chat GPT. It's just and listen, they did a decent job. You know what I mean? My
I
thing
think
is
so. Yes.
they, like Charles has, like I said, they're pulling from songs of love and breakup. So a lot of
Hmm.
those, like, hey, it is dealing with love or emotional issues. So you know, but
Yep.
you can only do so much. So where are we at now? How many do we have?
All right. We have In Case It Doesn't Work Out, Farewell, Leave, The Honeymoon's Over, Come Back to You, The Damage is Done, Lose My Number, Maybelline, Only Christina Knows, Naomi, Breakups. Am I missing one?
That was 11 you just said, I believe.
So you're next. So that'd be 12 for you, right?
Okay. Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
12.
Okay.
Okay. So, um, yeah, I'm running thin over here now because there's a couple of them that you said that I wasn't. There's like one or two I thought that you would have said. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna say this because he's gonna have it on here. But there's actually a couple that you said, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, damn. Um, so this is the one I'll say that technically does mention another name.
Hmm.
Uh, because the other two, I'm like, yo, those are more like the breakup songs or whatever.
Hmm.
This one might be the stretch for me. So I don't know if you remember this one. I don't remember if this was on a project or not. If it
Hmm.
was on a project, I can't remember which one, but I definitely remember this one. It's called Be with Cat and Missing Simone. I don't know if you remember that one.
Bro, so here's the thing, right? I have been trying to find out where the fuck that song is. I can't tell. I feel like it was on a project, but I can't tell you where it's from. The one where
I
he's like
can't
real like singing and like yeah. Yeah, yeah. I tried to find that. I was like, where is this? I know it's real, but the only one I ever find is like Cat Sex for President. And that's not a breakup song nor a good song. But like, yeah, I'm trying to
Hey,
find
no, hey, no. What up, Cat Stacks? What up? He was saying, "What up, Cat Stack?" And then the end was hilarious because you
the
remember
end
she
was
talked
very
fucking
hilarious.
me some belt, man, bro. Oh my god, that was hilarious. I
12
did
motherfucking $100. Shawty, that's not
fuck the
that's
fuck
that's
the
not a
whole
good
crew.
thing.
That's some heartbreak right there. She fucked the whole crew for $1,200, and that's some heartbreak and some rug burn. I guess I don't know.
Shawty, know your worth, Jesus. Anyway,
That is
yeah,
her
Missing
work.
Cat Sax is a good one.
Yeah, because with that one, every once in a blue moon when I go back to that song, um I always would type in like Cat Stacks, and like you said, it would be Cat Stacks for President. And
Hmm.
then I think it's on L Word 3. There's a song called Cat Stacks is My Oasis,
Hmm.
and that's not that song. So I'm like, bro, I know what it is. And I always try to remind myself because it was basically Charles. It was on it was the Drake and Omarion song, Bria's
Yep.
interlude, I think.
Hmm.
So that's Charles doing that, and I remember being honest, dead serious. I remember like around that time, 2011, when people were, Charles was coming out of the mental hospital and all that type of stuff, and people
Hmm.
were talking about certain projects where it's like, yo, man, he's kind of losing it, whatever.
Hmm.
I talked about this before when everybody started mentioning Cat Stacks or whatever, and then Charles was mentioning Cat Stacks, and he's like basically crying on the song, whatever, talking about, he'll be with Cat, but he misses Simone. And I'm like, I remember definitely hearing this. I'm like, bro, what the fuck's going on? Like,
Bro,
yo,
yes.
why is it? Why does he want to be with Cat Stacks or whatever? But he's crying about Simone. It's like, why do you want to be with Cat Stacks? Why does everyone want to be with Cat Stacks? That's when I was like, yo, bro, something might be going on. And I want to know. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, what the fuck is Cat Stacks putting in the fucking weed, bro? She's putting something in everybody's weed. You know what I mean? I don't know. Because everybody was on that bitch. And I'm like, bro, like, what is so popping about her? I don't get it.
I never got it, bro. Um, what's the name of that track again so I can put it down here?
I got you. The name of the song is Be With Cat
Hmm.
and Missing Simone.
Got it.
All I earn is now gone. All I have is a song. Sick of being treated wrong. I'll be with Cat, I'll be with Cat. Everyone gets along. Dying as you say I'm wrong. Crying as you smile along. I'll be with Cat, no coming back. Eyes full of blood.
That we're at 12. I can take a Crash 2 off. Just so I'm just gonna ask this now. I assume this one's gonna be too popular. I'll put this on my other list as well. Runaway Groom also has to be taken off, right?
Which one was that on? Where
In
we
my
had
top
a
50. In my top 50.
yeah. Let's not.
Yeah.
'Cause look, we're at 12. We got two more. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We can do it.
Okay. Then my next question to you is how many do you have left on your list?
Technically, one like on the list, but I might have like two other songs like on the top of my head that I'm thinking of that we could probably use. The other two songs I'm thinking about, you might not know as well. But the one
Okay.
I have on my list, it's something from a playlist, but it's not from top 50. It's not from
Gotcha.
top 50 playlist. So,
Okay.
but my thing is this: if you have something from, if you have some, just let me know anything. Like I said, just we'll try to work it in.
All right. So I have two left. So I'm gonna put both of those on the table, and then you put yours on the table, pause, and then we'll just choose from there.
And then we can measure.
No, we're
So,
not.
which
No,
no, we're
please
talking about the
stop.
song. We're measuring. Whoa, 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 whoa,
No, no,
whoa,
no, no,
whoa,
no, no,
whoa,
no,
whoa,
no,
whoa.
no, 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 no.
Don't act like last episode. You talking about checking the growth, my man. You brother, you was talking about checking the growth last episode. You wanted to see the growth. You know what I mean? I'm talking about measuring the songs. You know what I mean? Weighing the
Mhm.
songs and
Right. Yeah.
measuring. You
I
know.
got you. I got you. Relax. Relax, Chico. Anyway. So I have In the Mix with Shum from Winter Rush 2.
Okay.
I thought that was a good one. The hook kind of, since we separated, I was like, okay, now we're getting that type of vibe in there. And then I have from I think it's called the Up. I think we still haven't reviewed that. I don't think.
Nah, we still
But
haven't reviewed the up yet. Nope, not yet.
yeah, I have Where Do We Go From Here?
Is airy, don't miss it. One definition, just listen. Everyone's watching, everyone's waiting. Where do we go from here? Nobody's stopping, nobody's pacing. Where do we go from here? To all the clockers and haters and watchers. Where do we go from here? I gotta go find my gold mine and my gold mine. Yo, hey yo.
You know a good song that is on the up? Your Girl. That's a really good song from the up.
That is on there.
Yeah,
That is
yo,
on there.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that is my favorite moment from this podcast. That's top one.
Yeah.
That's that. It's going to take a lot to beat that one. Between those two, you know what? Because like the Shun track, I really like that one.
Mhm.
And then where do we go from here? Obviously, like you said, that's just kind of self-explanatory.
Mhm.
This might be courageous. I think I might be cool with you just putting both of those on there. I think I might be
Really?
cool. Yeah, I think I might be cool with that because One of the other songs I had, like I said, I know you probably don't know it. There's a song from Arguments with Brianna, where it's not her name in there. That's just the name of the project,
The
whatever.
first one, right?
Yeah, the first one. There's a song called, I think it's called What You Mean You Leaving? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Yeah, I remember that one because literally it's like him talking about, yo, you trying to leave and this and that. Kind of similar concept like Leave, you know what I mean? Same time that I'm like, that song's not really known that well. And
Sure.
also, I would say this. I hate to be Mr. Semantic Man. That's more your job, you know what I mean? That's what you do. That's it's you. But you boom, boom, sorry. No, but yeah, let me not fuck Soldier Boy, you know what I mean? Because he said some crazy shit about Marlon
He
Wayans
has
and his
been
family.
wilding.
So yeah, he's bugging. No, but the I was with that song, and I hate to be Mr. Semantic Man, but like when we do these playlists, one thing I noticed, like when we're putting the songs together, and then when we have certain songs that like dip in quality like a lot,
Hmm.
you got to start doing the whole, oh man, these are some great songs. Then you got to start turning songs up and turning them down. I'm like,
Yeah,
that song might not be known as well. And also, I want to say that project was when Charles was rapping into the MacBook and all that. So I was like, you
sure.
know what? I don't know if I want to add that one in there. You know what I mean? So the the other one I was going to add was on a different playlist, and I was like, I think I said this for the love one. And you were like, yo, you bugging. I was like, Heroin Girl. I'm like, that sounds more like a depressing song because, in the end, he says he don't know if she passed away or not. But I'm like,
Right, yeah.
like, so I'm like, I don't know if I want to add that one because we already have it on the playlist. So I'd be cool. I'd be legit cool. If you want to just add those two, whatever, I'd be cool and lock that in.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie. I saw Heroin Girl too, and I listened to the song. I was like, okay, let me see if I can figure if I can. I listened. I was like, nah, I don't think that's gonna work. I
Yeah.
tried though. I was like, I thought it would have been good to put on there.
Yeah. Like my thing, I'm like, man, like it'd be nice because like I said, it's it's almost there. I think it's like almost there, but it's
Mhm.
just like it's more about doing drugs. You know what I mean? So
It is, which that is something you should want to break up from, especially the harder ones. So I wouldn't have been mad if we had been like, we're gonna use our executive powers and be like, we're putting this on here.
yeah,
Um, yeah, but for as difficult as this was, I think we have a good set of songs here, honestly. So final set we have, in case it doesn't work out, farewell, leave, the honeymoon's over, come back to you, damage is done, lose my number, Maybelline, only Christina knows, Naomi, breakups, be with Kat, missing Simone, in the mix with Shroom, where do we go from here?
I know there's we did like 3 or 4 songs with names in them. You know what I mean? But I think
Hmm.
I think it's okay that we did that because sometimes you gotta mention your ex or whoever it is. No
Yeah.
disrespect. It's just this was the relationship and this is the heartbreak that came with it. So I gotta address it as see fit. And I will say this, I give Charles kudos because it's very rare for Charles to be like, yo, fuck this bitch. Da, 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 da. Like he's not going like super Taylor Swift on on
Right.
on the songs. You know what I mean? He's not
Yeah.
ODing on it, but he's just literally telling you how he feels about it and what happened. He
Hmm.
has some songs where it's not like the actual breakup song where he just might diss an ex, but that's just a him freestyling on a song probably or something. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. But yeah, that's our list. Obviously, Mike will rearrange these in a great listening order. And we'll have to play this out for you guys. This drops Wednesday, so it'll be out probably around noon, as our normal customary situation is. But the most important thing is to let us know how you feel about this playlist, and then what songs did we miss? Because I'm sure there's some Star Chasers out there that know some other breakup songs that we missed, or view certain songs differently than we do, and that's why they chose them as their breakup song. So please go over to YouTube or Twitter to let us know. Mike, just before we do our normal spiel, how do you feel about this list after we've finally finalized it?
um I feel that of course, like you said in the beginning, this was like a little bit more difficult than we thought. And one of the things where like we're able to come together and be cohesive about this. I think that it it's funny because when we first did like the first one or two playlists, like we used to like disagree a lot, like, not that one, no, not that one, not that one. Like we had a lot more songs. You remember we would be like, oh, we got like 30 songs each, and then we're like Xing off each other's songs. It's like,
Mm,
damn, I went from like 30 to like 12. You know
mm,
what I mean? So like it's getting easier, but at the same time, we're also being more realistic about, okay, we know these songs fit more in the criteria of what we're looking for and what we're going for. And also we give ourselves some leeway. Like you said, for everyone watching, like I know there's going to be some star chasers that like know a lot more of the newer music,
mm,
and they're going to like within like the last 5 years. And they could be like, oh, there's this project or these songs from this project or whatever that you guys didn't, touch or look at, whatever. And then they can
mm.
list those. And then that might help us out with future episodes where we
Yep.
hear one song from a project. Oh, this is pretty good. Wait a minute. This project came out in 2022. Oh man, let's check out this project that came out 4 years ago, well, 3 years ago, whatever the case is. You know what I mean? So um yeah, overall, I'm pretty satisfied with whatever, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see what everyone else says. This is really where we need you guys to have the subscriber, Star Chaser fan participation. You know what I mean? Please comment and let us know whether it's on social media, the Discord, especially here on YouTube in the comments below. Please comment and let us know how you feel about it and songs we missed.
Yes, sir. And you can do that over on StarCHaser Central on YouTube. You can also follow us on Twitter, StarCH Central. You can follow us on our individual pages. I'm at Stick Around 54, STIK around 54 on Twitter and Instagram. Mike, where can they find you, buddy?
On Instagram, the Mike Jackson, Mike Jackson. On Twitter, Mike D Jackson, Mike DEE Jackson. That's one D, two E's. I'll have you. Make sure you guys are following Charles on Twitter at Charles Hamilton. Make sure you're subscribed to him on YouTube at the talented Mr. Hamilton. You never know what he's going to be doing. Randomly he might drop a new live, a new song. I want to say it was by the time you guys watch this, it would be probably like 3 or 4 days after he just dropped a new song. I want to think it was called it was what was it? Something fraud. You know what I mean? It was some I know he was talking about like people with their numbers and whatnot, especially with the music business, people frauding the numbers and you
Streaming
got it.
fraud.
Thank you. Streaming fraud. There we go. He just dropped that song a couple days ago by the time you guys watch this or whatever. So if you haven't seen that already, check it out. Um, but yeah, other than that, make sure if you haven't, make sure you're in tune with the blog. I know he hasn't written anything on the blog recently because Charles is kind of taking his time with being on social media for a little bit, taking a break. But you never know when he's going to come back and post something new. So if you haven't, make sure you are checking out the blog. enterthehamilton.blogspot.com. There it is.
Be sure to let us know what you want us to review next. We are building our catalog still. We still have some episodes in the tuck that we've recorded um, that we can release in times of a pinch in case something happens. But Mike, I was gonna ask you this week to put out the feelers for the March Madness thing. So I was thinking that we'll pick four different things we can do a tournament on, and then we'll just have them try to choose which ones they want to do. I'm thinking I will talk about it afterwards, but we'll put that feel out, put the poll out. Um, People can choose what they think they want to do for the tournament this year, and then we'll start setting up the pool for that, and then we'll go from there, and then we'll be able to go first week of March.
Yeah, that works. That's cool. Um, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, how that's going to turn out. Last time was great, and of course, we're going to have to figure out, how we did it before. Like, hey, we're doing this March Madness tournament, but also we want to do projects as well. So, what
Yeah,
type of projects are we going to be picking? So try to incorporate all that in there. So try to get some fan requests, try to get some shorter tapes or some unknown tapes in there,
yeah.
as long as doing this March Madness. So, well, you guys will definitely hear about that soon. So, yeah.
Um, Other than that, man, as always, thanks everybody for tuning in to this
Oh,
playlist.
real
And
quick. Sorry,
yes,
sorry. Before
what's
you
up,
do your
sir?
show, I know normally you're like, hey, anything else you want to add? This is the only thing I'm going to add, the usual. Thank you guys for watching. But a special message for one of the subscribers, Mr. JM, because he's been asking for us to um do a project called The One,
Okay.
which allegedly came out in 2013. Sir, there is no project called The One by Charles Hamilton. I asked Mr. Charles Hamilton himself, and he says there is no project called that. There's one, there's a project one that we know of, but there is no The One project. So if you haven't seen our messages before about it, I'm letting you know now when you watch this episode, if you made it this far, hopefully, that there is no project called The One. So please let us know any other tapes you want to recommend. So yeah, just want to let that be known. That's it.
No better place to get it to than the source. So if he says there's not one called The One, there isn't one, I assume. Maybe you have it under a different name. Maybe that's what it is. Let's we'll figure it out. But if you have another one in mind, choose that one, and we can get to that one as soon as we can. But yeah, other than that, do you have anything for the people before we head out?
No, that's it, man. Thank you guys for watching. You know what I mean? Anybody else, if you have any recommendations or whatever, please double check your sources and then, get back to us. And then, we'll try to put that on the list, And for people that want to be on the show, don't worry. We still got your names written down and whatnot, whatever. We'll get to you in due time. We didn't forget about you guys. So just trying to make sure we get everything in order.
Nice. I'd like to thank this episode's sponsor, Celsius, for making a return. And we are logging out the StarCHaser Central podcast, man, where we always encourage you to follow your dreams
And reach for the stars. Disclaimer, we're not getting paid by anyone for this at all, ever. No one's
Oh
paying
yeah,
us.
we can't make that joke. I just thought about that.
I had to buy this myself. It's a new flavor. I'm not telling you what flavor it is because they're not paying me enough. They're not paying me at all. So we're not getting paid by nobody. We're doing this for free.
That
You know
is
what I mean?
true.
So,
Yes, yeah,
but yeah,
Peace
reach
out.
for the stars, bro.
yeah, all that.
Might not understand why I love you. You might not understand, but girl, I love you. Please just understand. Since we separated, I've been separated.